Hey everyone, welcome back to SG Carmart Reviews. So today we are driving the second generation Lexus NX. And this NX is now offered with a range of powertrains. So today we are driving specifically the hybrid variant, the NX 350h. Now this second generation NX is a bigger car, so it's longer, wider, taller, with a longer wheelbase, and overall the design, it's familiar but sharper in many ways. You have a larger grille, just sharper lines overall, and I think it's a very pretty car. Now, one thing to know about this new NX is that it uses electronic door latches. So as you can see, the door handle doesn't actually pull in any way. There's actually a button inside that you just need to quite gently press and open. Nice. Now again, at the back, the Lexus NX has a sharper overall design. I particularly like the light strip that runs across the back of the car. And if we check out the boot here, we have a 520 litre boot. It's a sizable boot, right? So it'll easily fit big luggage, it'll pass the anti-Troy-Lang test, and it will fit all your shopping stuff as well. Now let's go jump inside the car. The Lexus NX 350h Hybrid is priced from $313,800 to $337,800. The 2.5 litre hybrid powertrain produces a combined power of 240 brake horsepower and 239 Nm of torque. The ECVT brings the car from 0 to 100 km/h in 7.7 seconds. The car has a clean fuel consumption of 20 km per litre. For more details on the Lexus NX 350h Hybrid or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now in the rear of the NX, this is a very comfortable space. So, I'm 1.7 meters tall and I have plenty of legroom here, and headroom is very generous as well. And it's a very nice space, right? You have like nice expensive leather everywhere. Even the plastics feel quite expensive, and it's just a very comfortable, quite luxurious space. Now in terms of amenities, we have two USB-C ports, we have rear aircon vents, and we have heated seats at the back but not ventilated, so if you're feeling cold. We also have ISOFIX points. What else? Oh yeah, we also have hooks here. Now if I jump over into the middle seat, it's actually quite comfortable. So the seat is nice and flat, nice and wide, fits my bum nicely. And even though this is an all-wheel drive car, the transmission tunnel is actually very low, so that means that you can actually tuck your feet in. And yeah, I think this car will comfortably fit 3 adults. And of course, this being a Lexus, you also have very nice plush carpets. Now, one more thing. I mentioned just now, we have electronic door latches. So to open the door, you actually just need to push this and open. Nice and easy. Now, let's go jump in the front. Now, here in the front of the NX, the first thing that strikes you is the fact that this now feels like a thoroughly modern cabin. So with some of your earlier Lexuses, I always thought that those cars tend to feel, tech-wise, I guess, one gen back from what was contemporary at that time. But this is now a easily modern 2022 car. So you have things like this massive 10-inch infotainment screen, it's touchscreen, the interface is new, the interface is nice, the interface is sleek, and this also means that the trackpad is gone. Good, I didn't like the trackpad. We also have this new steering wheel. You have these touch control buttons, and the interesting thing about this is that the functions are actually displayed on the heads-up display, so you can click this to change what the buttons do. There's a bit of a learning curve, like you kind of need to learn what is where, but after a while it's very seamless to use, and I actually think this is quite a neat solution because that means that you're not taking your eyes off the road. We also have a digital cluster, which is what you expect. Now, what other equipment do we have? So, of course, we have a wireless charging pad, we have a USB-A and USB-C port, and one cool little feature is the fact that the charging pad, you can actually push it open and there's a little bit more storage space down here. Now, we also have this main cubby here that actually opens both ways. That's a neat feature. What else? We also have digital rearview mirror, and overall equipment levels are high. But perhaps more importantly, with any Lexus, it's also about the feeling of quality, right? So things like your stitching here, just the feel of the leather, and something as arguably mundane as your windows. So look, soft close windows, right? So it's all these little details that I think really elevate this car and gives it that sense of being luxurious, being expensive, and of course being very, very comfortable. And now let's go drive this car and see how it feels on the road. Now, with this NX 350h, you have a 2.5 litre hybrid powertrain that produces 240 brake horsepower and 239 Nm of torque. And I would say performance is comfortable, right? You have enough performance for when you need to overtake, but it's not overwhelming in its speed, you know. And yes, the CVT is a little bit drony when you push the engine hard, but if I'm being very honest, you don't really want to be pushing the engine really hard in any regular way, right? Because I think this is the sort of car that is most in its element when you treat it gently. So when you do that, it's a very comfortable, it's quiet, it's refined, and generally quite relaxing to drive. And I particularly like that about the NX. It's an SUV that makes no pretensions about what it is. It's not a sporty, dynamic handling SUV. I mean, it's decent enough, but I think primarily it wants to be a comfortable family cruiser, and it's certainly that. This is also a hybrid, so Lexus Hybrid Drive is well-established technology, and I would say it's reasonably efficient. So I'm doing 16 and a bit km per litre, and I think that's quite a good number considering this is a big engine and a not small SUV. Now, one other thing to talk about are the assistance systems. So I think the NX comes with quite a good amount of them. So we have radar cruise control, so I think that's fairly common nowadays, and you also have what's called lane tracing assist. So basically the car is able to steer you, to keep you in your lane, and it can even steer you through bends on the highway. So the new Lexus NX, is it a will buy, won't buy, or go try? I think this is a will buy. So I think the Lexus NX has taken significant forward strides as far as technology, equipment, and modernity is concerned, and it still retains all of Lexus's consistent levels of quality and luxury. And this particular hybrid variant actually is the entry point price-wise to the Lexus NX range, and with a hybrid, of course, you'll also be saving on some running costs over the long term. And yeah, I just feel like this new NX is just a fundamentally and generally delightful car. And it feels expensive, it feels luxurious, and I think it's easily on par and perhaps even a little bit better than some of its German competitors. Thanks once again. Do also, of course, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Those of you watching who are not yet subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be alerted of all our upcoming videos. And of course, do also follow us on TikTok at SGCarMart. So that's all for today. I'll see you soon. Bye! Now, with this Lexus... 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. What do I need to say? And I just think that, generally what? Boot. Here we have a 520 litre boot, which is very generously sized, right?